A lot of times we forget to really articulate what nuclear weapons are, and we think it's sanity to have these weapons, but really these are weapons of mass destruction. They are built and aimed at cities, and they're meant to wipe out, mass murder hundreds of thousands of civilians in a couple of seconds. These weapons are insane, immoral, and soon to be illegal. A lot of people forget that how many actors are involved in nuclear weapons, in particular the private sector, some of the weapons companies that help the governments make these weapons. And I think that it's about 28 companies that are involved in this, and our banks and pension funds, where we have our capital, is a key player here, because they could, a lot of them are already taking steps to divest from the nuclear weapons producing companies, thereby making nuclear weapons a liability for these companies. And I think that that's really where everyone can make a difference, by looking at where is our pensions held, what's my bank account held, are these banks and pension funds and other financial institutions, do they have a policy against investing in weapons of mass destruction? Is my bank profiting of future nuclear Armageddon? The treaty right now needs 50 ratifications in order to officially become international law. And we are 26, and we're hoping that 2020 is the year where the treaty will enter into force. And 2020 is a really important year for other reasons, because it is going to be the 75th anniversary of the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So that's a really symbolic moment for this treaty that prohibits the weapons that did that to those cities to enter into force. We also have the Non-Proliferation Treaties Review Conference, where all governments in the world will gather to talk about how to get nuclear disarmament. So there's really a lot of things happening next year, and I think it can be a big moment for the fight to eliminate nuclear weapons. It really is a kind of a cultural issue almost, like our whole society has accepted these weapons. So everyone that takes a stand against nuclear weapons is helping to chip away at the legitimacy and really the power of these weapons. They're only powerful because we allow them. So every government that joins this treaty, every city council that opposes nuclear weapons and supports this treaty, every person, every trade union, every religious community, every organization, association, groups of communities that declares, I don't believe in nuclear weapons, I don't accept them, I support the treaty prohibiting them, helps change this issue. And really, one by one, that's how we're going to win it. So a lot of people think that this is hard to get involved in, but it really isn't. There's organizations all over the world that works on nuclear disarmament, and there's so many very simple steps you can take, from sharing information and educating yourself on the issue, to checking in with your bank and pension fund if they have a policy against investing in nuclear weapons, to getting your city council, for example, to adopt a resolution that supports the treaty on the prohibition of nuclear weapons, and call on all your politicians to support the treaty and work for the country to sign and ratify it.